Hello, happy Wednesday. Oh my goodness. Woo! Happy New Year, everybody. I've been practicing writing 2026. One, my penmanship has gotten horrible since we all work on computers. And two, I just need to remember that it's not May of 2025 because that's where my brain seems to be. But now I'm back here, back with you guys, and it's 2026 and I'm ready to roll. I don't know about you all, but I'm set for it. And if you don't know who I am, hi, I'm Teacher Michelle. It's been a hot minute since I've been here, and if you're new, you really don't even know what's going on or who I am or why you should listen. Well, quick elevator pitch. I'm Teacher Michelle. I've been at Floral Design Institute for over 10 years, rolling into 11 very shortly, and I have over 30 some years experience in the industry, and I'm really glad you're with us today. You're not with just me, you're with part of the Tulip team. Well, most of us actually. Leanne is here. She is going to be on Facebook and YouTube with you. Jules is keeping us live, running all that tech. If you hear snoring, it's not Leanne or Jules, it's Oscar. Oscar is the flower pet. He is an adorable little dog. So if you hear snoring, it's him, it's not us, just so you're clear. Out in Cyberland, we've got Susie on YouTube and Caledonia on Facebook. David is with us, of course, making sure we're all doing what we're supposed to be doing. And then Teacher Dove and Teacher Michael are out there. And who knows, you might see Teacher Jerry or Teacher Anna or Teacher Annie. Just depends on who's available today. So speaking of today, I said Happy New Year. What do we all do at the beginning of the year? Not everybody, but the majority of us. We set resolutions, right? Or intentions, or whatever you want to call them. I kind of quit doing those because I found that I didn't always keep them, and then it just made me feel bad. But I do have things that I want to work on in the year. I have a little note on my phone. It says mantra across the top of it. I'm not going to read it to you because it's mine, but it's just a reminder of the things I want to hit on this year or focus on or maybe try something new. I bet we all have the same four things on our to-do list for this year though, right? I bet, make sure that's not in the close-up camera. Eat better, get more sleep, drink more water, exercise, right? Those are the four that we all have somewhere on a list of things we want to do better at this year, right? But I have a question. Tell me one thing that you want to improve, work on, learn, whatever. One thing that you want to accomplish in 2026. Not one of those four, those don't count. So type those in there. And while you're doing that, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're a tulip, put your tulip icon in there. If you are a first timer, if this is the very first time you've been live with us on Facebook or YouTube, say, hi, my name is Michelle. This is my first time, because there is an awesome group of people called the Tulip Bunch, and they are going to make you feel so glad that you took an hour today to join us. Hopefully you stay for the whole hour. And yeah, so that's
what the best is saved for last, so they better.
Well, of course, always.
Grand finale.
The grand finale. We don't know what that is yet, but Leanne
pressure.
Yeah, it's the pressure. It could be good or not. You just never know. It's me. And if you've been here, you're like, yeah, we know. If you haven't been here, you'll figure it out. So I have, just for informational purposes, I have a cool birch wrapped vessel. I have some flower foam soaked in water that has floral food in it. I did not tape it in. I know, gasp, the horror, but that foam is wedged so tightly in there that if it comes out, we have bigger issues than whether I taped it. Vern, the delivery driver, has rolled the van and the flowers are all over the street at that point. I have some heather, and it's white. As I stand here in the studio lights, it's white. In the warehouse, it has a little bit of a peachy pink tinge to it, I would say. I'm gonna go with white. I'm gonna go with, what's our color of the year? Cloud Dancer, right? So I'm gonna pretend that that is Cloud Dancer. And you're just gonna have to pretend with me. How's that? So
I'm squinting.
and squinting, yeah. Pretend it's pink or white or whatever color you want it to be. Slide this over to the side just a titch. So, talking about resolutions or intentions for 2026, not 25, Michelle. I do want to talk about our upcoming classes and workshops, both in person and online. Now, you know, we are at a point of change for us here at Flower School, and this May, the end of May, middle of May, will be the last in-person class we offer here at Floral Design Institute in this space. So I want to let you all know about the classes we have coming up. We have professional classes. In fact, Monday, is that only Monday? It is Monday. Starting Monday, we do our first professional basic floral design of the year. We do have a couple of spots left. So if your schedule is flexible and you've been thinking about coming to Flower School, check your flights to Portland if you're not local. You have one more chance beyond this January course, and it's in March. And I'm looking over here to the side because I put all of the classes on a piece of paper. Right there. Because I want to make sure that we have a chance to talk about them. I want you to be able to ask questions about them. If you've been thinking about coming to Flower School, now's the time. If you've been thinking about it but you have questions, now's the time to ask them. And I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Now, the fabulous ladies, Susie, Caledonia, Leanne, all have that information as well. But I just didn't want to miss anything. I probably still will, but at least I have a list so I can pretend like I was prepared for that. So, do we have, yes, Leanne?
We have a first timer
Yay.
over on Facebook, Lisa Marie. So a big welcome from all of us to Lisa Marie.
Excellent. Well, Lisa Marie, thanks for coming. Are you interested in becoming a professional floral designer? Or maybe just learning more about a hobby that you love? Type that in there. I'd like to know that. Do we have lots of tulips with us today as well?
Oh my gosh, I'm missing some. I'm having a hard time keeping up, but I'll rattle some names off.
Sure.
Kirsty, Elena, Roxy, Valerie, Debbie, Drake, Sherry, Judy, Jen, Angie, Kim, Vega, Gregory, and Margaret, Tess, Edith, Carol Jean, Justine, Denise, Suzanne, Rose, Marilyn, Jim, Christy, Lisa. Oh my goodness.
Wowza.
It's a big group, so pay attention.
My goodness. Well, hey guys, I'm glad to see that many of you with us. I know if you're like me, you're having a slow start to the year. Like, what is this? What's happening? What's going on? I say slow start. Maybe just a slow start in my brain because like I said, Monday we've got the basic floral design class starting. And like I said, also, we do have a couple of spots left for that. And we love that first class of the year because it is new beginnings. It's fresh for us as teachers and staff. It is fresh excitement for people new to the industry. Sometimes not new to the industry, but coming to get a little more knowledge, a little more technique, a little more proficiency. Leanne, what you got?
You've got Edith
Uh-huh.
from our class that comes on Monday. She's with us live.
Awesome.
So she's getting to meet you live, and then Monday she'll meet you
Live. Well, awesome, Edith. I am so glad that you're checking us out again today. I'm fighting with that little fella, so I'm just going to get rid of him. You are absolutely going to love the class on Monday. I say that not with any prejudice. Okay, a whole lot of prejudice because it's an awesome class. But You are going to learn so much. With that basic course, we really do, I always say, we take you from soup to nuts. We take you from 0 to 60. We have students who know some things. Maybe they have done floral design as a hobby, and they want to know the right way to do things. They want to know the professional way to do things. We have students who don't know a tulip from a turnip, and that's okay, because we're going to take you from 0 to 60. And gosh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you're coming to flower school. I love it when we get people on live before we have the class. You get to meet us, like Leanne said, a little bit. And some questions. Do you have any specific questions before you get here on Monday? Like maybe what we're gonna learn. I'll talk about it in Monday in the class, but if you want to feel like you know a little bit more than the rest of the group, go ahead, ask me some of those questions. Heck, any of you, ask me some questions that you would like to know about our in-person basic floral design class. Our first one of the year starts Monday. Like I said, we have a little bit of room. The next one starts in March. The date is March 2nd. That's our next and final in-person basic. So while you guys think and talk amongst yourselves in the world of the interwebs, I am doing it's supposed to be vertical, but I'm breaking a couple rules. Oh well. Once you learn the rules, you can break the rules a little bit. But I'm doing kind of a winter white. We talked about Cloud Dancer, color of the year. So I'm doing kind of a winter white design. And I am using a mixture of materials. It's very textural, but I have heather, which is typically thought of as a wintry type of flower. I have Galix, which aren't available year-round, but these with the little ruffles are so dang cute, I just couldn't help myself. And then some evergreen. It's cedar with some little cones. Well, that one had a cone till I knocked him off. It's more of a transitional design. It is winter. It's not Christmassy, but it's wintry. And I'm going to bring something in a little unexpected as well. But yeah, I just hadn't had a chance to play with our new color of the year yet. Yes, Leanne?
They want to know, is that top heavy? And if it is, would you ever add gravel for ballast?
Oh, great question. Question was, is this top heavy, and would I ever add gravel or something for ballast? No, it is not top heavy. I have foam and water. Yes, if you were concerned, you absolutely could put something in the bottom for ballast. If you're using gravel, make sure that you've washed it, because you don't want just like 3/4 minus from the hardware store, right? Think about polished river rocks or a larger aquarium rock that won't interact negatively with your flower food and so forth. This is a metal tin with the birch bark on the outside, and I just heard the collective gasp of, "You're not supposed to put flowers in metal." Well, we teach you that in flower school, and we also teach you how to work with that container if it is in fact metal. So if you already know, because you've been to flower school, if you don't know, come to flower school and find out the fun ways that you can use a metal container. See, I'm not going to tell you everything. All right, so I want a little bit more, I feel like I want just a little bit more of this beautiful, is this still left over from the mini farm in Vancouver?
Yeah.
So it's actually mine. Man, it held up really well. I'm super impressed. All right. I just like the texture on that. All right, so I've got a little bit of that in there, a little bit of that Galix. Now here's kind of the fun, little fun unexpected. Anybody know what this is? I'll put it over here in the close-up camera. Can you guys see that? Mm-hmm. So anybody know what that is? Shout it out. As if I could hear you, right? Leanne had this on one of the tables in the warehouse, and I'm like, so can I use that? Because it looks just kind of fun. I just thought, again, the texture was kind of cool. It's kind of an unexpected element. It helps me speak to winter, not Christmas. That was my thought there.
I like Rick's answer.
Oh, girding my loins. What is Rick's answer?
It's the lid from my dryer.
I have missed you. Oh, being on vacation, you know.
Most other people got it correctly.
Good. And what is the answer?
Cotton.
Cotton. Yeah, cotton bowls. Exactly. So I just thought it was a neat texture. It felt cozy, if you will, in the design. I've got, something kind of warm and rustic here. Seasonal foliage, the heather. It just felt cozy to me. I don't really know how else to describe it to you. And yeah, it's a story and I'm sticking with it. But I also wanted something floral to go in with this. Now this type of design, this vertical design, like I said, I'm doing it in foam. And this is something that you would do in our basic class. Probably not the first week of class, but definitely, maybe I didn't bring the flowers in. Uh-oh. That's okay.
Which ones?
No, I guess they're here. I'm just being blonde. I'm entitled once in a while.
Take advantage when you can.
I guess, yeah. Only my hairdresser knows, right? So, what I was saying is, this is a type of design that you would learn in basic floral design. Not specifically that first week of class, because we focus on some other techniques, but in our courses, you are going to learn lots and lots of different techniques, lots of different design styles. You're going to be exposed to a wide variety of mechanics. We pride ourselves on being well-informed and aware of what's going on in our industry. And we do want our students to be well-rounded. We are going to show you how to work in foam. We are going to show you how to work in floral netting, aka poultry mesh, aka chicken wire. We are going to show you how to work in clear vases, colored vases, various types of containers. You're going to learn all of that in the basic floral design class. You're going to be exposed to a lot of information. And that's always something I get asked when I'm at a convention or something like that is, well, how much are we really going to learn? Well, I'm going to tell you now what I tell the students on the first day of class. We cover a lot of information. A lot. Put that in all caps, boldface it, underline it, make it red, highlight it, and circle it. Your brain is going to be so full of new stuff, you aren't going to know which way is up. It's amazing. Leah?
Lots of people guessed the cotton.
Yes.
And Heidi,
Uh-huh.
this is going to be close to your heart. Glitter sticks well to cotton. Just a fact that people need to know.
Good to know. Heidi, you're my spirit animal. Yes, I love glitter. Sorry, Jim.
And then we've got lots and lots of good intentions and resolutions.
Oh, good. Okay, so what are we hearing from everybody?
A lot of wanting to learn and such and be better, but one is perfecting their year-round gardening skills.
Okay.
Because that's a big deal.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of Valentine preparation going on.
Okay. Yep. Very topical. Very of the moment.
Wanting to be better at corsage and handwork.
Okay.
And Jim is going to be trying to make a corsage when he's on the QE2 this summer.
Ooh. You'll be popular.
Then expanding their business with more wedding and more classes.
Okay.
Then somebody wants to take a wedding floral class.
Okay.
Somebody wants to do flowers for TV.
Okay.
And then Lisa is joining us, our first timer, because she's looking at options of new career opportunities. And then I have a question from Judy.
Okay.
I saw it, Judy, but we're saving that. Hold that close in your mind. We'll circle back. We're staying on topic for the moment.
All right. Whatever Judy wants to know, we'll circle back on that. But I love your intentions or your goals or your resolutions, whatever you want to call those. And I love that a lot of them focused on education or using your brain, learning something new. Leanne mentioned somebody wanted to improve their corsage skills. We have online courses for that. We have a flowers to wear and carry that's fantastic. We also cover that in our basic floral design and our advanced. We cover basic skills, and then we also cover some more advanced skills and techniques as well. We have a whole wedding segment online, different classes, and then in person, of course, in the basic and the advanced class, we cover wedding. In basic, we cover redundant, basic, all the basics. You're going to learn different techniques for corsages and boutonnieres, bouquets, centerpieces, things associated with a wedding. In the advanced class, we take it up a notch or so. And then I'm going to look at my list so I get the date right. February 24th, we have our wedding boot camp, which is a one-day exposure to all things wedding. It's an in-person class. It is so much fun. It is so much fun. All of the teachers who instruct it are actively designing weddings. So you're not, it's not just a bunch of book learning. It's people in the trenches doing the work. And on Wednesday, January 21st, so coming up in a few weeks, Teacher Jerry will be here. She's like our wedding goddess. She will be talking about wedding trends for 2026. So hopefully that whets your appetite a little bit, gives you a little peek into the year, and still gives you plenty of time to sign up and come to boot camp in February. So this one's done. This is my winter white exploration.
You want to put that on the little spinning for?
We can put it on the little
spin?
spinny thing and give it a little
Do
give
a
it
close-up
a
spin
whirl.
and a bar spin. Love it.
I feel like I should do this while it's doing like a ballerina, but maybe not.
Thank
All right,
you.
You're welcome. I'll slide that one out of the way.
There was a question about how many weeks is the class?
Great question. Excellent question. So our basic floral design class is 3 weeks. And then immediately following that is our advanced class, which is 1 week. And those are both for the classroom. Sorry, this is very loud.
It is to me, my ears, with the headphones.
Sorry, I should have warned you. And it's going to take all the water. It's going to take more than I thought, but everything will be just fine. So the basic course, we're divided into 3 segments on that, 1 week each. And we cover the basics, we talk about sympathy, we talk about wedding, we expose you to some different design styles when we get into that 3rd week. Oh my gosh, the volume of material that you get to work with it's impressive. When we've counted, and I've talked about this a little bit before, when we're reviewing for quizzes and so forth, we'll look back and kind of do a quick quiz around the room of the products that we have and the materials. And, sometimes it's 30 or 40 or 50 different kinds of fresh materials that we've been working with in class. And these are all pretty basic things. We get into advanced, and then you're going to be working with some different, more unique things as well, because we want to keep expanding your knowledge base, keep giving you more that you can learn more and just find out more about floristry, whether it's a hobby or a career, either way. So 3 weeks for basic, 1 week for advanced. You could come, if you hurry, you could come to the January basic class, take a little break, and come back to the 2nd advanced class, which is, had to check my dates, March 23rd. That starts the 2nd advanced class. The 1st advanced class begins on February 2nd. So you would start with the basic class on January 12th, 3 weeks, and then the advanced course is February 2nd. And then in March 2nd starts next basic, 3 weeks, and then March 23rd starts advanced. Sorry if this is distracting that I checked this list, but I just want to make sure you guys have the dates right, because we're coming up to the end of the in-person classes. So we want to make sure that you can check your calendars, and you can come join us, come play with flowers, learn something new and exciting. And I'm going to do a different design now. So, as Jules said, that water's really loud. So I have a vessel that I have taped floral netting in and filled it up with water, which has flower food in it. So this is one of the mechanics that you would learn in the basic class. We also use chicken wire, floral netting in the advanced class as well. But again, you need to come and see all the fun things that we do in class. So let me grab a few flowers to play with, maybe some foliage. Maybe I'll start with some foliages. So as I do that, any other questions popping in from people as we go through this?
We have a couple more intentions.
Oh,
I
good.
love this one. Re-educate. So expand and grow.
Okay.
And create with only positive vibes. You know, that's important. And then to achieve their first Valentine's successfully.
Ooh, yeah,
That's one of our FBI certified graduates.
Okay.
First Valentine's, oh boy.
That's a lot. That's a lot. I know, Valentine's is awesome and terrifying at the same time. And I know Leanne has a live coming up talking about Valentine's Day. So if you are in the trenches for Valentine's Day, absolutely be sure to check your weekly emails for when Leanne's doing the Valentine's one. Oh, what's that you say? You don't get our weekly emails? Well, that's a problem.
You're missing out.
You are missing out. So if you go to our website, at the bottom you can sign up for our newsletter. And I gotta tell y'all, if you're missing out, that's an understatement actually, because we have so much free content, so much free educational material for people, it's almost embarrassing. But at the same time, it's fantastic because we really do love what we do and we love to share it. But if you go to the website at the bottom, there's a place where you can sign up for our newsletter. And that is going to give you several different things. You're going to get an email on Mondays with a design video every week. You'll have on Tuesdays our Tulip Tuesday, which is timely tips for the tulip bunch. And then on Wednesday, of course, you're going to have live for an hour on YouTube and Facebook. And you'll find out what the topic is. Sometimes we tease it on Mondays, but quite often we just wait until Wednesday to tell you what that topic is. And Thursday, we just have a fun little Thursday thought that is, I don't remember who said, but they wanted to have the positivity or design with positivity. That's what it's all about. It's just about loving flowers and loving what we do and just a positive thought. And then, of course, on the weekends, quite often we'll have a curated playlist of past Tulip Tuesdays or past Monday newsletters. And while some of the techniques you might learn in advanced or basic, we cover a lot more. So don't feel like, oh, I've seen one, I've seen them all. Not really. It's pretty diverse. So, Leanne, yes.
A couple of things.
Sure.
Just to be a teaser, you said Valentine's coming up.
Yes.
We've got, in the live schedule for sure that's happening, wedding trends, sympathy class preview,
Right.
because we get so many sympathy questions, then Valentine, prom, Easter, more wedding, elements and principles, and Mother's Day production, and then into the PFPE testing preparation.
Yes.
So they need to be here live every single week.
Pretty much. Yeah. I
And
would
then
agree
we
with that.
have 2 questions about online classes.
Sure, go ahead.
Jennifer is in Florida
Okay.
and wants to know if we only have online in Florida.
Okay. Yes, Jennifer, our online, well, if you're in Florida and you don't want to come to Portland, you would want to take our online program, which is as comprehensive as our in-person. Curriculum is virtually the same. The key difference is you'll be providing your own materials, you'll be sourcing your own flowers and so forth. Whereas in the classroom, you show up and we provide you everything. You bring a pencil, heck, sometimes people don't have a pencil, and I have a pencil for you. But the online program, absolutely, you could do it from Florida, you can do it from anywhere. You can access the internet on any device, your laptop, your phone, your tablet. So yeah, definitely join us online if you can't come in person.
Then Carolyn had an online question, wanting to know if it is live.
Are the online sessions live? No, they are not. And please do not think of that as a detriment. And the reason I say this is, as much fun as doing this live is, you can get derailed by questions. And when you're working in that online program, it is targeted, it is succinct. There are specific things that you will learn with each and every lesson. And here's the cool part. If your dog barked, if the doorbell rang, if you had to answer the phone and you missed something, you can play it again. You can rewind it. You can slow it down. You can speed it up. You can watch it over and over and over. To me, that is a huge benefit of our online program. The cool thing, well, lots of cool things with the online program, but one of the cool things is you have lifetime access to that. So if in 6 weeks or 6 months or 6 years, you need to access your basic floral design class on how you do something for a corsage or a sympathy design, you have access to that and you can replay it. So great question. Thank you for that. Leanne.
We have a first timer.
Yay.
Carmen is with us the very first time.
Oh, very good. Well, Carmen, welcome. Where are you from? Tell us where you live or where you're from. And what brought you to us today? Are you interested in floral design as a hobby? Are you thinking about a career change? Are you thinking you were finding the deal guy talking about Costco and you ended up with us? I don't know. Tell us how come you joined us today? I would like to know that. Leanne, help me. What is this foliage? Oh no! Okay.
Honey bracelet.
Honey bracelet, thank you. I'm like, what is the pretty stuff that's called, I don't remember. And then I meant to ask you earlier, and blonde moment again, I totally forgot. So just to kind of bring it up to speed on what I got going on here, Floral, which is a Pacific Northwest weed for all intents and purposes, and then a little bit of the honey bracelet, just for a little bit of texture in here. I don't want to overfill it, but then again, I mean, I love an all foliage arrangement, frankly. Shift that around a little bit. I'll probably add some more, but for now I think we'll call it good. Tuck him down a little bit. All right, slide that off to the side. And then, that first design I did was winter white in theme, cloud dancer, color of the year. Leanne and I were joking about, wow, didn't realize white, a non-color, could be so polarizing, but that's a different discussion. So I wanted kind of a palette cleanser, right? So I wanted something spring-like, something to take me into the next cycle. So I've got kind of a plummy vessel here. And I thought, well, why not go with, our patron saint of flowers here at Floral Design Institute, the tulip. And work in a violet and yellow color harmony. So those of you who've come to flower school, what is that color harmony? Type it in there for me. Yes, Leanne.
So Carmen says she's a new florist with a new shop, so that's where our first timer.
Yes.
Then Jennifer would like to know, in which classes would she learn table centerpieces, wedding bouquets, and large arrangements for weddings?
Okay, and that was Jennifer?
Yeah.
Okay, Jennifer. Let me warm up here on that one.
I know, that is a lot.
That's a lot, yeah. But I have the answers. You guys have questions? We have the answers for you. So, in our basic floral design, and our advanced floral design. You're going to learn wedding flowers, centerpiece designs, flowers to wear and carry. You will get both of those in basic and advanced. You can also take our online workshop series. We have 3. We have flowers to wear and carry. We have reception designs, and we have the ceremony. They're advanced classes, so they're going to take what you've learned in the basic course and the advanced course, and then they're going to assume you have a baseline of knowledge and expand on that. So if you have some floral design experience, then we ask for is it 500 hours, Leanne? Is that right?
Correct.
500 hours for our advanced class, and if you're not sure, give us a call. Leanne will answer the phone, or you can talk to me or whomever, and we can talk through it and find out if it's going to be a good fit for you. But if you're new to starting in floristry, I would recommend that you come join us in person. It's a heck of a lot of fun. And if you can't do that, then take the online basic course followed by the online advanced course, and that is going to set you up perfectly for those 3 wedding specific online courses. They're very comprehensive. You actually have to do the work, take pictures of it, and send them to us. We're going to be looking at what you're doing. It's not just, hey, it's not like today, right? So today I'm talking about what I'm doing a little bit, and I'm poking some posies into a vessel, and then the hour's over, and maybe you learned something, maybe you picked up a tip or 2. Awesome, delighted by that. But in our courses, both in person and online, you have to do the work. It is a hands-on course. So you are not only going to have those lessons that you can refer to over and over, but with each course, there are submissions that you'll need to make, designs that you'll need to create, photograph, and send in to us so that we can evaluate them, tell you what you did well, tell you what you might need to work on a little bit, which is normal, right? Because you're learning. If you knew it all, then you wouldn't be taking the class. And I challenge anyone to tell me that they know it all. Some of us act like we do. On occasion, that might be me. But honestly, I don't. I don't know it all. Leanne doesn't know it all. We are always learning.
But we are know-it-alls.
We are know-it-alls, but we don't know it all. Yeah, I did want to make that distinction. And in the classroom, when in doubt, Leanne is always right.
But out of the classroom, then it's debatable.
Then it's debatable, yeah. Not really. But it is true. We are always learning. When we're not in school as teachers, we're always learning. We're taking a workshop, or we're attending a different class, or we're learning amongst ourselves. Quite often, one of the teachers will come in and say, hey, have you ever done this before? And we're like, yeah, let's take 10 minutes and play with that. Or, we see something online and we break it down. It's like, well, how did they, okay, I'm not going to do that one sad little tulip. How did they do that? Is it a course that we can take to learn that technique? Or do we just have to figure it out on our own? But we never stop learning. And if you're that kind of person who just likes to learn things, come join us in flower school. You don't have to be a professional florist or want to be a professional florist. Maybe you just want a new hobby, or you just want to learn something, or you do flowers, quote unquote, and you want to up your skills a little bit. You just want to know the right way to do it. You want things to last longer. You want them to look better. Come join us at flower school and we can teach you that. Leanne.
So I'm going to ask the question and answer it at the same time.
Okay.
And I have to go back and find it again. Anyways, 2 parts. I'm going to read one to you and one to me.
Okay.
One was advanced course. Do they have access to the studies after they graduate.
Uh-huh.
And then the first one says, and you didn't answer my question from before, which it took me a while to find it, so I apologize for that.
Okay.
I had to do some hunting to find it. And it was, is it culturally appropriate to be designing with cotton? And that is a thoughtful question, and I think that it is something we all should be aware of, that it is an organic product that we can use with care and understanding and respect. And we aren't really pulling from the other, and it is interesting because we do have to be aware that people will correlate history with a new product, and it's not a new product, but new to us. And so it's kind of interesting, so I just wanted to add that in there.
Sure.
And kind of say that I missed that the first time, it was not intentional, and I apologize for that. But it is an important question, and I appreciate you bringing it up, and that we're all being mindful of the context, the history, and
Sure.
the intention.
Absolutely. And then
Circling back to
the other question, yes, that was about advanced class, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Advanced online, after they graduate, do they still have access?
Absolutely. So any of our online classes, any of them, whether it's basic floral design, advanced floral design, the wedding workshop trio, our boot camp online, fundamentals, which is an amazing class, any of those courses you have lifetime access to. So that means if you buy a class today, we're going to get you set up in it, usually within 24 hours, but sometimes like within the hour. Just depends on when you sign up. What time zone are you and what time zone are we? You can start in it right then. You have access to your teachers for questions. We have an email that you can send questions to. You can always call us, We also have the Tulip Bunch on Facebook. It's a private Facebook group, which is another point of education and reference. But you have lifetime access to those classes, which I think is fantastic. I teach all the classes here. I've taught every class that we offer. I sometimes flip back on something and look and say, how did we show that? Because part of the beauty of our online program when you come to visit us is you have different teachers. It's not just me all day, and for that you will be thankful. And it's not just Leanne all day. You might have Leanne and me. You might have me and teacher Annie. You might have Jerry and teacher Anna. We divide the day up so you get fresh teachers with different perspectives on things. There's always a right way to do something, and there's frequently more than one right way. What we will show you are best practices, which means there might be more than one yes to something. Floristry is not black and white. There's a full rainbow of color involved. But yes, to answer your question, in the long term, you have lifetime access to any of our online classes. Leanne.
So, 2 questions. One is from, I don't remember.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you wire your tulips?
Okay.
And secondly, Becca would like to know, when we transition in May, will we still be doing it live?
Okay, 2 excellent questions. No, I do not wire my tulips. I wish I was doing something in a Kanban right now. If you don't know what that is, Google it, or better yet, come to flower school because we design in them. Because the foliage on this is spectacular, and this is one happy, sturdy tulip. I don't like to wire anything unless it specifically suits the needs of that arrangement. Go back to 1980, were we still wiring roses in 1980, Leanne? I feel like we were.
Yeah, we were.
And we wired everything. You didn't send a rose out to a customer without a wire in it. Now, clutching my pearls, we don't do that. The product has evolved, and so have we. So, long answer, short answer, no, I do not wire the tulips. The other question was from Becca. Hello, my dear. Yes, we will still be doing live every Wednesday for an hour. You can turn in with a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, dirty martini, glass of wine, whatever suits you, and spend the hour with us, hopefully learn something new, or maybe just have a wonderful visit with your international friends. Because we are international. We have students from all over the world. Leanne.
And we'll circle back to Judy's question.
Okay.
And it's a sort of answer, not a complete answer.
Okay.
She wants to know what the heck's going on after May. And I will say, next week's live is me on camera, and we'll have some more fun information to share with everybody, because by next week I think I can. So, Judy, just hold your horses, and everybody join me next week and we'll tell you a little more of the story. We know what's happening between now and May 18th.
Is that our California Judy or our local Judy?
Local Judy.
Okay. You're already on the inside on a lot of things, so just come back and learn with everybody else, okay? You're not going to want to miss it, because, 2026 is going to be amazing for everybody, frankly. Not just for us, but definitely for us. So many fun things on the horizon. Yeah, you're going to want to tune in. All right, so I've added 2 colors of tulips, and these were local tulips, yes, Leanne?
They were.
Yes.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Oh, so excited when tulip season comes in. Leanne's a daffodil girl. I'm a cressbedia girl, but I love like 100 tulips in a trifle bowl. If you're old and you know what a trifle is, it's a trifle bowl. And just clear water, some rocks on the bottom, and just the tulips.
Oh.
And then leave them alone, right?
Oh.
Just let them do their tulip thing and grow and twist, and that's my happy place.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I think I need one of those.
I think
We have
have a tulip trifle bowl out there, so I'm pretty sure we do.
Okay, me who does not cook actually made trifle once.
Really?
That's why I bought the dang trifle bowl.
Wow.
My sister wanted trifle, and so what my sister wants, my
Sister gets.
What is trifle?
It's you use like ladyfinger
It's like a
cookies
dessert.
and custardy
Like
stuff.
tiramisu? Kind of?
Sort of.
It's creamier,
Yeah.
vanilla-ier.
Yeah.
I think Leanne should make trifle for the office.
You've never tasted my cooking, now you.
She's new, remember, Leanne? Don't kill the tech person, okay?
I made one dinner, and David kindly said, "Oh, honey, you're so busy. Why don't I take care of the cooking?"
Oh, I see how it is. That was very smart, Leanne.
Yeah. Her mama didn't raise no dummy.
Right?
Yeah. My husband offered to cook once when we first got married, and I thought, well, that would be lovely. 10 pots later, we had an omelet, just one. And I said, that was super fun, honey. Stay out of the kitchen.
So now we have a fun question
Okay.
from Rachel.
Yes.
Do you guys ever play with the different meanings behind flowers? I think it's called florography.
Oh. Well, yes and no. In our advanced course, we talk about some heritage designs, some historical designs, and we do touch on like the language of flowers, if you will. But we don't have a specific, I don't know, I guess I wouldn't say we have a specific curriculum about it, but we do highlight the language. I'm not going to use these, they're not speaking to me. We do talk about the language of flowers in that sense, if that answers your question. All right, so I've got my tulips, 2 varieties, I've got some beautiful garden roses, then I'm going to add in some of these violet, I'm going to say red violet, referring to my color wheel. It feels more red violet to me. In here in the lights, it was a little more violet out in the warehouse. My container is a little more violet, or it's halfway between red violet and violet, but I'm right in here if I'm not right there. But that's gonna help make this design make a little bit more sense? And to that point, did anybody chime in with what the color harmony was on this?
We had so many.
Good.
And they even spelled it correctly.
Yay! You spelled it with an E. Huzzah!
Complimentary.
Complimentary.
There were a
Yes.
few misspelled, but
That's fine.
but they mostly were spelled correctly.
Good. 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 So we do talk about color theory in the basic and the advanced course. I mean, honestly, can you really make any arrangement without talking about color theory? I'm gonna say no on that one. But we do, if you've never explored color theory, or you're like, oh, what is color theory? It's just a fancy way of saying learning about colors, what colors you can put together, how to put them together, talking about proportion in color, color balance, color harmony. We touch on it in the basic course, we expand on it in the advanced course. Excuse me, and we deal with it with every design that we make. When you come to class, you'll get your own, that little color wheel that I pulled out, you'll get your own little color wheel in your workbooks. You have a textbook that you receive when you come to class. I'm feeling kind of nice. If you want a free color wheel, sorry ladies, but can you throw that link up there? You can reach out to us. Susie and Caledonia will put a link each on Facebook and YouTube where you can get a free color wheel. So you can start your color journey before you come to flower school and just be maybe just a little up on your fellow classmates because you've already played with it or looked at it or thought, now I still really don't know what I'm doing with it. But yes, you can absolutely get a free color wheel. So as I tuck a few more into this one, I realize I've been blabbering perhaps more so than normal, and I need to get a third design done, or I'd like to get a third design done. I may not, but I do want to talk a little bit more about some classes that are coming up. So we have talked about the basic class that starts Monday, and then after that 3-week course, the 4th week is the advanced class. Then in between, we have 2 classes between. February 24th, we have the Wedding Flower Boot Camp, 1-day course in person in Portland, fantastic. 0 to 60, hydrate, come with snacks because we are going to work hard and have so much fun and you're going to learn so much. It's a wonderful 1-day class. And then on February 26th, we also have a 1-day class on bespoke design. So very of the moment, up to the minute kind of design. We always work with just stunningly beautiful flowers. And you're going to learn some new techniques, maybe push some boundaries in your floral designing, and have a good time. Because we learn a lot, we work hard at flower school, but we also have a really good time. Then once we get back into March, then that's our final basic in-person class. That starts on March 2nd, runs for 3 weeks. And then that 4th week, we go into our advanced class. And that one starts on the 23rd of March. So if you've taken basic from us before, whether online or in person, but you haven't come back for advanced, 2 chances. You got 2 chances to do it. One on February 2nd and one on March 23rd. Those are your 2 remaining days where you can join us in person for flower school.
Getting a lot of compliments on this design.
It just feels very happy to me, very cheerful.
Some are saying great for a baby shower or perfect Easter vibes.
Very much Easter vibes.
Roxanne liked the mini carns, adding the zing that pulls everything together.
Huzzah! I like zing. Zing is good. Zing is good. All right, I'm gonna put poke and posies in this one and slide it off to the side. So after our last in-person basic and advanced, we have 3, 1, 2, 3, some days the fingers, we have 3 more workshops and they are very specific. We have our advanced wedding trends and techniques. That is a 2-day workshop and it is so intensive. so advanced and so amazing, you really don't want to miss it. It is one that the teachers fight over teaching because we love it. We love it, and we know you're going to love it. That one is on April 13th and 14th, and it's here in Portland. Then a week later, on April 20th and 21st, we have another 2-day workshop. It's our Advanced Sympathy Workshop. And you're going to get a little teaser on that from Leanne in a couple weeks. On January 28th for live, she's going to be talking about sympathy, and she's going to talk about that class. So I'm not going to steal her thunder on that one. And then lastly, the last in-person class that we have is kind of the Mac Daddy. I just dated myself with that, didn't I? That's okay. It is our Designing for Competition and Evaluation. It's in May. It is a 3-day intensive prep and workshop class that if you've ever wanted to up your design skills with techniques or a little more advanced skill, advanced technique, if you want to work on speed, if you're considering doing any of the local, regional, or national competitions, floral competitions, it's a great course to take. If you're considering testing for your AIFD credentials, the American Institute of Floral Design, if you're considering taking the Professional Floral Design Evaluation, this is a must-do. Tulips, if you are on with me today that have taken our Designing for Competition and Evaluation course, do me a favor, please chime in and share your experience with it. It's one of those that we all love to teach. All of your instructors for that particular class will be AIFD accredited. They will be certified floral designers. Some of them are also certified evaluator judges. So they're the people who evaluate the designs at that exam at symposium every year. So it's not just, hey, we're gonna make some pretty things. It's a lot harder than that. And we really put you through your paces, and it's being done with people who know what they're doing. So encourage you to check that out. And again, that's the last in-person class we have. It's in May, it's 3 days, and it's the 16th, 17th, and 18th. Leanne.
Sarah wanted to know if that is the class that she should take if she's going to be doing the AIFD test.
Absolutely, yes. If you are going to be taking the PFDE, Professional Floral Design Evaluation, this year it's in Orlando. It's at the end of June, and I believe registration for that opens, if it hasn't opened already.
It's usually right after Valentine's.
They're talking about moving it up.
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah.
Cool.
So if it hasn't already opened, it will be opening very shortly.
Good for them.
Yeah, check out the AIFD website, AIFD.org, for the exact dates and times on that. But this is a yes is the short answer. It is definitely a class you would want to come. You know, I'm trying to think how many of us teach it. Leanne, me, Dove, Michael, Annie.
5 of us.
You have 5 AIFD accredited designers. All of us are CFD. 3 of us are certified evaluator judges, and 2 of us have actually run the exam. So we've been around that block once or twice. So please come join us for that. It's a wonderful course. Even if you're not planning on testing, it's still a wonderful course to test your skills, to push yourself, to test yourself. And I tell our in-person classes this all the time, and I don't think I tell y'all out in Cyberville enough, but when you join us for an in-person class or workshop, you get the opportunity to meet some new flower friends. Yes, you're meeting us on the interwebs here in our weekly lives, but when you come in person, you're actually going to meet these people in the flesh. And if you are testing, you have somebody you already know when you get to symposium, so it's not as scary. You've got a new face, a friendly face, somebody that you're like, hey, want to grab lunch before this thing? So if you're considering testing, I strongly encourage you to come. If you're considering getting into some of the competitions that are offered around the country, it's a wonderful class to prep for those, up your skills, test yourself. And if you're just learning or wanting to up your game in general, man, it's just a downright awesome class. Can you tell I like that class?
I know we're down to the wire, but I have one
Yeah.
more question I want to sneak in.
Sure.
Why would someone want to become a certified floral designer with FDI?
Okay, so the question is, why would someone want to be a certified floral designer with FDI? So many reasons for that. I'll try and keep it brief. Won't happen. For some people, it's purely personal. For others, I guess it's always personal at that point, but becoming certified tells people you know what you're doing. It tells people that you have a baseline of knowledge. It's a credential. Your FDI certification, FDI certified credential, is a nationally recognized credential. When you've completed the courses, the basic and the advanced course, you can put FDI after your name. Just like a CPA puts CPA after their name, you can put FDI. And that just tells people you've had formal training, you've been exposed to best practices, you have learned the right way to do things. And if you like that and you want to expand that even more, then it tees you up perfectly to take that next logical step, which is CFD, Certified Floral Designer, that's offered through the American Institute of Floral Designers. And that also speaks to your knowledge, your understanding of our industry. And then that sets you up even better for the next level, which is AIFD, Accredited in Floral Design, and that's administered by AIFD, American Institute of Floral Designers. So becoming credentialed is personal for a lot of people, but it's also professional. It just shows a level of commitment to your craft and a level of proficiency in that craft. So obviously I'm not going to get this one finished on camera, but you had so many dang good questions, and I always have so many words when I answer them. I'll finish it up, and Jules will get some fun photos, so it'll be a little surprise for you at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Somebody did ask, what was that greenery?
Oh, the first foliage that I used, kind of the rust-colored, is Nandina, or false bamboo. Then I added just a couple pieces of salal that I had left over. And then lastly, I'm putting in Israeli ruscus right now, just for a little extra height, little different leaf shape, form, if you will, to that leaf. But like I said, I'll finish it up off camera. But thank you for spending the hour with us today. Thank you for being interested in education. Thank you for answering all of our questions. Thank you for asking the questions. And, you know, we've got a great 2026 coming up, and we hope that you come and join us at Flower School and learn to do something you love. See you soon, guys. Bye.